Yes. Now today we will solve a few questions from number and fraction problems. From that homework we will solve a few questions. Firstly, this question is the 11th question. So, the thing which we forget is to calibrate the board. Firstly, let's do that. Then we can start. And this is the last one. Now everybody, in this question we are talking about a rectangle. You should remember that the rectangle is this kind of shapes. We call this part as width, this part as length. So what is the relation between width and length? So length is 3 centimeter greater than its width. So the length, number of length is connected to number of width. So if I name the width as x, if I name it as x, the length should be 3 centimeter greater. How can I name this part? How can I name x plus 3? So, do you know what means perimeter? The first word? Around of it completely, when you calculate around of it completely, it should be equal to 24. So, if this part is x, the opposite should be x also. If this part is x plus 3, opposite of it should be x plus 3. When we add all of these parts, it should be equal to 24. So, how many x are there in here right now? 1, 2, 3, 4 x we have. Plus 3 and plus 3 will be plus 6. It should be equal to, we have, look at that, I am adding all of them. I didn't write that step, plus 3 and plus 3 will be plus 6. And it will be equal to 24. So firstly we move plus 6 other side. 4x is equal to 24 minus 6. Then 4x is equal to 24 minus 6 makes 18. Minus 4, 20, 18, yes. Then x is equal to 18 over 4. How can we simplify this? We can simplify it by 2. 9 over 2. If I write it with decimal number, what is half of 9? Half of 9 is 4.5. 4.5. So x is 4.5. That means its width is 4.5 centimeter. Its length is 4 plus 3 makes 7.5 centimeter. Okay? It can be a rational number. The result can be a rational number. This was easy to convert into decimal form. That's why I made it. Where can I replace it? 4 plus 3, x plus 3. 4 plus 3 makes 7 and 0.5. Okay, I think you are all done. Now let's see the next question. This is the question number 12 from the homework. Question number 12 from the homework. In this one, find the measures of the angles of a triangle. If the angles are represented by x, 4x, 4x, sum of them should be 180. Actually, I added this part for you because some of you may not remember that sum of angles for a triangle, sum of interior angles should be equal to 180 always. Actually, in real question, this part is not written. So, there should be a triangle. There must be a triangle with, how can I make it? One angle should be small, the others should be bigger. I can make it like this. Anyway, one angle is x, the other angle is 4x, and the other angle is 4x. So, from here they want from us to find each angle. Let's make it triangle ABC. So, what do we know about triangle? Sum of interior angles must be 180. X plus 4x plus 4x should be equal to 180. So, how many x are there? 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1, 9x is equal to 180. So, 1x is 180 over 9. I think 9 and 18, look at that. We can divide them. 9 by 9, 1. 18 by 9, 2. And next to a 0. So, x is equal to 20. In this case, yes.
Are they all equal?
No. From my shape, they look like equal, but look at that. X is 20. 4x will be 4 times 20. 80. 4x will be 4 times 20. So the angles are 20, 80, 80. I tried to make it, but I couldn't manage to make it differently. Okay. If you want, you can copy this answer to your notebooks if you want. This is extra hour, nobody has to write it. I just want you to listen me. I think. Who can I send out? Okay, you wanna go out? I want you to look for this person. If you can see it, you can tell him
To come here.
if he wants, he can come. If he doesn't want, he doesn't have to be in here. You can tell him that we are in here. Okay? I think everybody wrote this part. Okay? Did you finish? Okay. You don't have to worry about it. We can. In extra hour, there is no judgment about. I think. What? Yes, I saw brother. Anyway, I don't wanna make the video. So this won't appear. This part will not appear in the video. That's why I wrote it in here, in the garden.
Yes.
Did you? Okay. Now the next question, which we choose. Remember that I chose them for you. Some of them you told me to choose. Okay. Now, firstly, you don't have to write the question. You don't have to write the question. If you write, number of questions is enough because they are on the side. You can always reach them. So there is a triangle and around of it, perimeter, there is a triangle. Firstly, let's draw it. A, B, C. So what I know about this triangle? If you wanna get your notebooks, books, pen, pencil, you can go and come back, no problem. Or you can just sit there. Yes, there is a triangle. What do we know about this triangle? Perimeter of it should be equal to 51. When I add all these sides, when I add this side plus that side plus that side, when I add all of them, it will be equal to 51. So I will get the equation from this sentence. So what is the relation? Look at that in this next sentence. The length of its sides are consecutive odd integers. So each side should be consecutive odd integers. How can it be? Like 5, if this is 5, the next will be 7. If this is 7, the next will be 9. Consecutive odd integers. Do you understand? For example, can you tell if this is 11, the next will be 13, the next will be 15. So if this is 21, next 23, next 25. So it will increase plus 2 and plus 2. So if I name this one as x, right now I don't know what it is. So the next, if this is 5, the next 7. So x plus 2. If this is 7, this is going to be 9. So plus 2 more. I need plus 2 more, which makes plus 4. So the thing which I know about them, from the first sentence, their sum should be equal to 51. Let's add all of them. First side plus second side plus third side must be equal to 51. How many x are there? Everybody can. You are all in that level. I am very happy to see you in here because everybody can know that it's 3x. And plus 6 we have here. Then firstly 51. Go back, yes. And then 3x will be 51 minus 6, which is equal to what? Can you tell me? 40? 45. Okay, 45. So 1x will be 45 over 3. 45 over 3 is 15. Okay, so x is 15. What they want from us? Find the length of all three sides. So we just replace instead of x 15. So the first side is 15. Second 17. The last is, these are odd integers. You don't have to make plus 2. 15, 17 and 19. If you know the first one, you can find the next ones. Yes, you can.
So when it's the first one, when we find with x, her zaman birinciyi
It's about how you name it. If you name them by starting from smallest, that means you will find the smallest. For example, these are 15, 17 and 18. If I tell that this is x, from 17 to 15, what do I need? Minus 2. This, or let's use another letter to not confuse you. If I tell that this is y, this is going to be y minus 2, and if this is 17, to make it 19, y plus 2 I need. So when I find the y, I will find the middle one. It will be 17. Let's do this one, or y plus y plus y. How many y are there? There are 3y. So numbers minus 2 plus 2 is? Minus 2 plus 2. It's 0. They make 0. So 3y is equal to 51. That means 1y is 51 over 3. Let's find that in here. 51 over 51 divided by 3. Let's find in 5 there are 1 times 3 makes 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. 1, move 1 in here. In 21, how many 3? 7. You see, y is equal to 17. If y is 17, 1 before it, 15. 1 after it, 19. Sometimes if you name the middle one, you will find the middle one. Or you can name the biggest one. Let's say this is z. Z minus 2, z minus 4. Is it still working? Yes, it is. The machine is still working. You don't have to write the y part. Actually, yes. I can send you it in PDF. I can send you that in PDF. PDF form. You don't have to picture it. That means I can continue to the next question. I can. Yes. What? I don't know, perhaps personal. And the next question, let's go to the next question. And number 3 wanted this question. This question. Oh, no, I wanted this question. Because this question is a little bit different from the type you know. I want you to read the question firstly, everybody. Read the question very well. Yes.
What is 6 then?
Number of the question from homework. From homework, 6th question. This is the 6th question from homework. The type is different in here. Remember that when I give a question with consecutive integers or even consecutive integers or odd consecutive integers, when I give you a question like that, mostly sum of all the numbers is given. But in this question, something else is given. Something else is given. So, we know that there must be 3 consecutive integers. There must be 3 consecutive integers. So, first, second, and third. These are just consecutive integers. There is nothing about being even or being odd. They are just consecutive integers. So, how do we increase them? Plus 1 and plus 1. So, if I name the first one as x, the next will be x plus 1 and the next will be x plus 2. We add 1 to each number to get the next. So, now the part to make equation is given differently. The sum of twice the smallest and 3 times the largest. So, twice the smallest plus 3 times the largest must be equal to 126. It doesn't tell that sum of all the numbers. Twice the smallest and 3 times the largest. So, what is the smallest in here? The first one is the smallest. So, 2 times x plus 3 times. Which one is the largest one? The third one. So, there is a fifth thing, so I must write it inside the parentheses. So, it should be equal to 126. Let's multiply them. 2x plus, open the parentheses, 3 times x, 3x plus 3 times 2 is 6, 126. I will do it fastly. First, I will move plus 6 in here. By the way, I will add the x values. 2x plus 3x will be 5x. So at the end, 5x will be equal to 120. So 1x is 120 over 5. How can we find this easily? How can we find this easily? Look at that. I don't have a place in that part, so I will do it in here. 120 over 5. So, I want you to get an idea. For some questions, you can make it simpler. You don't have to divide it in your mind or somewhere else. Look at that. In 120, I can write it as 12 times 10 over 5. Because I know that 5 and 10 is easy to simplify by 5. 5 and 10 are easy to simplify. So let's simplify. 5 by 5 makes 1. 10 by 5, 2. 2 times 12 over 1, which is simply 2 times 12. What is 2 times 12? Is 24. You can find it easily like this. Sometimes if you realize that, you can write this upper part, you can write the numerator part as multiplication of two numbers. One of them is divisible by denominator. It's easier to make it. So x is 24. So we must find all those numbers. If x is 24, the first number is 24, next is 25, and the last is 26. We found all those numbers. Okay, the next one. Okay, you will try to solve the next one. You will try. Huh. Okay, I can make something like that. Number one is writing. The first one is writing. So whenever she finishes, yes, but your face is not in there. Just your voice is in there. Only your voice is in there. Didn't you watch any video?
No. Can you tell one of your videos?
Okay. You will watch this video, I hope, when you go home. But I cannot put this today.
Can understand by your voice.
What?
Can people understand just by your voice without watching?
I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you. Now, did you finish? Number one is finished. When you finish, you can do.
I finished.
Oh, there's a Turkish series, Babacandır. There's a man who makes this in there. And he's a very funny guy. Now, everybody, I will add a page, an extra page in here, so the color will be different. Now, this is for number 2. So, number 2. Oh, where is that? I saw that. When do we make +1 or +2? Now, I'm talking about consecutive integers. Consecutive integers. So, if the first one is 7, what is the next one? Number 2. Consecutive integers. What is the next one? 8. What is the next one? 9. What is the next? 10. Okay, thank you. That's enough. So, if I tell you 4 consecutive integers, first, second, third, and fourth. So, you will tell that the first is x. What is the next? x plus, the first one is x. How can you find 8? X plus 7 plus
Plus 2.
7 plus
1.
7 plus 1. Okay, 7 plus 1. Now, what is the next one? X is 7.
X plus 3.
X plus 2. What is the last one? X is 7. 3. So, what is the idea? What is the idea in here? To get the next, you always put plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. You always put plus 1 to get the next number, okay? Now I will, if I tell you, integers. Let's clean that back. I couldn't write well. Even consecutive integers. Now, I'm talking to you. If the first one is 8, what is the next one?
9.
Even consecutive. Even. It should be even. Divisible by 2.
10.
Next.
12.
Next.
40.
Thank you. This is enough. Now I will make some numbers. First, second, third, and fourth. Now, if I name the first, which color? This color is good. As x. Now, first is x. X is 8. X plus 2. 8 plus 4. X plus 8 plus 6. What is the idea? To find the next, you always add plus 2, plus 2. This is also done. Okay, the last one then. We must do the last one. Odd consecutive integers. Odd consecutive integers. Let's do the odd ones. If the first one is 5, what is the next? 7. What is the next? 9. And what is the next? 11. It will continue like that. So, I will name the first one as x. What is the next one? How can I?
Plus 2.
What is the next?
Plus
5 plus 4. 5 plus 4.
plus
5 plus
x plus
6. So the idea is you always add plus 2 to get the next. You always add plus 2. There was plus 2, you added another plus 2, you made it plus 4. There is plus 4, you add plus 2, you make it plus 6. You always add plus 2 because the difference between each number is 2. The difference between each number is 2. You always add 2. But if it is just consecutive integers, the next number is plus 1 plus 1. If it is just consecutive integers. Now, I will wait for this question. You told that you want to try one. This question. 18. Number 18 from homework. Guys, how can we solve this question? Let's give you the clue to start. You don't have to write it. Do you want to try it on the board? Oh, okay. I hope that you can do it good. Now, number 1, we'll try it on the board. Number 1, we'll try to solve this question. Let's see that what's going to happen. And look at that. Let me help you a little bit. Number of boys is 5 less than. 5 less than. Twice the number of girls. Twice the number of girls. Into number of boys, you must add something else. Twice the number of girls. Yes, now it is good. Now it is good. Plus number of boys plus number of girls now equal to, must be equal to 55. So 3x, you can send minus 5 directly to the other side. You can do it faster. 55 plus 5. Minus 5 will be plus 5 in this side. So 3x is equal to 60. 1x is equal to 60 over 5. 3, yes, it's good. Sorry about that. So x is 20. So we must find how many girls are there in this class. Yes, we found how many girls. So x shows us the number of girls. What is the number of boys? What is the number of boys? 2x minus 5. 2 times 20, 40, minus 5, 35. There are 35 boys in this class. So to name that, this sentence is important. Number of boys is 5 less than. That means number of boys is connected to number of girls. If you name number of girls as x, by using that naming, you can find number of boys. So 5 less than what? Twice the number of girls. The most important part, how to name it and how to get this equation. Number of boys plus number of girls should be equal to 55. Very good.
Teacher, can I choose one?
Perhaps. Let's see for the next one. About the time. Okay, very good. Or very bad. I must be faster. Are you ready? Almost. I must be a little bit faster because we did 6 out of 12. That means it's 2 less. Can I change the page? So this is the question number 20 from the homework.
The last one?
Yes, this is the one which you choose, which you wanted me to solve. I just did how to do it. I just did how to do it. Okay, come. So, there will be 5 numbers, 5 consecutive, first, second, third, and fifth. First, second, third, it's going up, but the lines are in the same path. Okay, continue. It's too funny to watch you. Yes. They are just consecutive integers. If we name the first one as x, the next one will be x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. We add plus 1 to each number to find the next. So sum of all these numbers, can you clean that place? Can you clean that place? We will do it faster. Yes, clean the second part you wrote. We will do it faster. Yes. choose the green, put plus in here, plus in here, plus in here. When we add all these numbers, it should be equal to 100. Right now, right here, how many x are there? There are 5x plus 1 plus 2 makes plus 3, plus 3 plus 3 makes plus 6, and plus 4 makes plus 10, equal to 100. So if plus 10 goes to other side, it will be minus 10 in the other side. So 5x will remain in this side. Let me help you about this. So 100 minus 10 will be 90. X is equal to 90 over 5, which is equal to 18. X is equal to 18. Choose another color. Not that one, another. Yes, this is good. So under each letter, write the number 18. That is, the second one is 19. The third one is 20. The fourth one is 21. That is only one rule. In extra hour, you must listen me very well. You mustn't worry about something else, because this is extra and I want people who wants to learn. I want to see the people who wants to learn. Okay? The student who solves this one writes very small. That's why the writing part is really confusing. We are sorry about this. If that person watches the video, I told the gender, I told he. Anyway, that person will remember what happened. You are writing, okay. I cannot go forward to the next page, to the next question. Actually, I could do it. 12, 10, 52. Are you finished?
No, sir. Chicago.
Do you know what you wrote in there? Yes.
Teacher, from where to start?
Yes. You can go there. Yes. You should listen to the steps. I am sorry that it goes too slow. No.
Huh?
No.
Why?
The next, if I remember right, harder than this. And I want to finish it very, very, very quickly. Now we can see the next question. Now everybody, think about this question. How can you make the equation? How can you get the equation? No idea. Can you write it to your notebooks, your equation? Just write the equation. Is this complete? Okay. It's a little bit good. Did you do anything about this? No? Did you do anything about this? Read the question, try to write your equation. Now it's good. Can you solve that equation on your notebook? Do you know how to solve it? I didn't do these ones very much in class. Not like that. How did you move x from here to there? How did you move it there? Okay, you can stop solving this kind. Yes. The others, no idea. They have no idea. Firstly, you don't have anything to write. That's why even if you have an idea, you cannot show it. With your. You solved with your. Somebody helped you. Who is a teacher? Yes, everybody. That's why he has an advantage. This is the question number 22 from the homework. Firstly, 2/3. 2/3 means 2/3. 2/3 means 2/3 times a number. A number which we don't know. A number which we don't know. 2/3 times x plus 7. 2/3 times 2/3 means a fraction. 2/3 times x plus 7 equals, we must put the equal sign. Let's put the equal sign. Equals to what? 7 minus we must write it orderly. Firstly 7, then minus 7 minus what? 7 minus something must be there. 7 minus the number itself. How I named? Just x. 7 minus, what is the number? The number which we don't know, it is x. We named it as x. So, we didn't do many questions about solving equations which includes fractions, rational things. When we make the equations, we didn't solve many different questions about this, because this is a little bit confusing or it takes time. We didn't have time for this one. Anyway, I can teach you the easiest way in this. The easiest way, if there is a fraction or some fractions, a few fractions, we look for the denominators. Right now we have only one of it, which is 2/3. If there are 2, we will multiply everything by their least common multiple. So we are lucky about this because right now we have only one denominator, which is 3. To cancel, to get rid of that denominator, we multiply everything by 3. Everything by 3. Each thing. Now, how many things are there right now? First, second, third, fourth. There are 4 things, and we multiply each of them by 3. Look at that. 3 times, the first thing, 2/3 x plus 3 times 7 equal to 3 times 7 minus 3 times x. We multiply everything by 3. Let's do the multiplications. Look at that. You mustn't worry about writing. I told that I can give it to you, I can share it to you in PDF. There is no problem about writing. 3 times 2/3. These 3 and the denominator, they simplify each other. We simplify both of them by 3. So, for this one I will use 1, for this I will use 1 again. So, if I do the multiplication, 1 times 2 is 2 times x makes 2x plus 3 times 7 is 21 equals 3 times 7 is 21 minus 3 times x is, we can write it simply as minus 3x. Now everybody, which one is smaller? Which x value is smaller? Yes? Minus 3x. Minus 3x. So minus 3x is the smaller one. We always move the smaller one. We always move the smaller x value to the other side. So the smaller x value is on the right side. That means we are going to collect the x values on the left side. So the x numbers, the x values will be on the left. That's why the number should be on the right side. So here we have a plus 21. That means we must send the number to the other side also. So minus 3x will come here as plus 3x. And 21 is already in here, plus 21 will go there as minus 21. So 2x plus 3x will be 5x is equal to 21 minus 21. What's that?
0.
A small 0. So 5 times which number makes 0? 5 times 0 makes 0. So x must be equal to 0. Yes. It is not the bell for us. Yes? You don't have to be scared. The result can be 0. There are 2 or 3 questions more. After we solve them, after we finish them, I will give you a break time for 10 minutes. Okay? There are a few questions more. Now this is another question which includes some fractions. Firstly, try to write the equation on your notebooks. Let's see that. Can you write the equation? Let's see that. You don't have to write the question itself. I want you to write the equation. How can you write the equation? So, this was a harder question from the homework. 1/3 of an integer is added to 1/2 of the next consecutive integer. 1/2 of the next consecutive integer. The sum is 13. So find these integers. So we are talking about 2 consecutive integers. If I tell that the first is x, what is the second? If they are consecutive integers, x plus 1. Do you understand? We are talking about 2 integers which we don't know. We must find those integers. So I must name them. I must name them by using same letter. So if I name the first one as x, the second one will be x plus 1. So let's make the equation by using the first sentence. If 1/3 of integers, 1/3 of first, 1/3 means a fraction of the first one, is added to, I wrote it to the right side, I know that it is added to something, it is added to something. There will be, first thing in the first part, we will add 1/3 of an integer to that one. So what is it is added to 1/2. 1/2 means which fraction 1/2? 1 over 2. Half means over 2. 1/2 of the next consecutive integer. It has several things, x plus 1. That's why I wrote it inside the parentheses. I wrote that inside the parentheses. When you make this equation, this sum, this should be equal to 13. Okay, guys. Now, here we have two denominators. Here we have two denominators, which are 2 and 3. What is their least common multiple? What is their least common multiple? Yes, can you tell? 6, very good. 6 is their least common multiple. So, if I multiply everything by 6, I will cancel the denominators. I can cancel the denominators because I can divide 6 by 2 and 6 by 3. That's why I can cancel all the denominators. So, the first one, 6 times 1 over 2 times x plus 1 plus, I must multiply everything by 6. 6 times 1 over 3 times x plus equal to 6 times 30. We multiply each thing by writing on the desk is not the first problem or the biggest problem. It's a problem, but it is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is you must watch or you must be careful about each step because this is a harder question and this question can be in the exam. I can choose this question for exam. I must use some harder questions in exam also. So now let's make the simplifying. Let's simplify each part if we can. 2 and 6, we can divide both of them by 2. 2 by 2 makes 1, 6 by 2 makes 3. And 6 and 3, we can simplify both of them by 3. 3 by 3 makes 1, 6 by 3 makes 2. So let's find the final equation. 3 times 1 times x plus 1 over 1. Over 1 means nothing. So this is going to be 3 times x plus 1 plus 2 times 1 times x over 1 will be 2x simply. And 6 times 13, let's multiply them. 6 times 13, 6 times 3 is 18. We have plus 1. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1, 7. So if we open the first parenthesis, we will have here 3x, 3 times x and 3 times 1 plus 3 plus 2x is equal to 78. Now let's send plus 3 to the other side. It will be 78 minus 3. So on the left side, 3x plus 2x will be 5x. If I continue from here, 5x will be equal to 78 minus 3 makes 75. So 1x is 75 over 5. So what? X is equal to what? Yes, 2, number 2, 25. Look at that. I can write 75. Let's do it in our minds. Let's do it in our minds, inside of your mind. I can write 75 as 75. I can write 75 as 3 times 25. Do you understand? Yeah. Instead of 75, 3 times 25. Then 25 divided by 5 is 5. 3 times 5 makes 15. So the first number is 15. The second number is 16. Okay? This is a harder question from this homework. We have 2 questions left, 10 actually, 3 questions, but I won't solve the third one. I will solve 2 more and then we will finish. Actually there are 10, 11, 12, 3, but I will solve just 2 of them, okay? Then we will finish, you will have a break time. So the denominator part is important. To cancel denominators, you multiply everything by the least common multiple. Don't have a place in your notebook as I 3 times x plus 1 plus 2x equal to 78 under 3x plus 3 plus 2x equal to 78 under 5x is equal to 78 minus 3 under that 5x is equal to 75. You know the rest over 5. Now let's do the next question. Oh, this is not hard, but the words may be harder. How can we make the equation? Try to make the equation in your notebooks. This is the 27th question from the homework. How do we read that name? Mac or Mac? Max. Or let's make this question as the last one because I am also a little bit tired of talking. I am talking a lot right now. Did you make an equation in there? Okay, let's check your equation. Nice. Oh, you try to write the question again. Try to understand the question. If 5 kilogram more than 3 times max mass, 5 kilogram more than 3 times max mass is decreased by. And let's choose the pen, of course. Firstly, we will write that. Then, after that, we will decrease it with. So we are talking about max mass. So if I name it as x, so 5 more. We don't write this part when we write the equation mathematically. We are talking about kilogram. It's always kilogram. It will not change for anything. So it will be 5 more. 5 more than what? 5 more than 3 times his mass. So this is the first thing, and we will decrease this. We will decrease. We must decrease it. Yes, there are some Albanian talking in this video, which I don't understand any part of it. Yes, you can help her. But a good timing. What a nice timing. Zkaya problem. Yes, we can continue to that. So it should be 5 more than 3 times his mass. 3 times his mass. Then if this is decreased means minus, decreased by what? Twice of his mass. What is twice of his mass? How can I write it? As 2x. So the result, when I decrease it by twice of his mass, the result should be equal to 60. So we must find max mass, which is x. So I can cancel the parentheses directly because there is nothing in front of it. There is not any number in front of it. I can cancel these parentheses directly. 3x plus 5 minus 2x is equal to 60. 3x minus 2x makes 1x plus 5 is equal to 60. Move plus 5 other side, it is 60 minus 5, which is equal to 55. He should be so slim to be 55. I'm not. Perhaps he is a younger boy. Yes?
Why 2x there?
Twice his mass. It is twice, 2x, twice. Now, do we solve one more? Do you want to see one more, last one, as last, or however I want?
What?
Then let's see the questions. Let's solve if they are harder. This is complex.
But teacher, we did this in homework and we can do it like homework. We can do it at home if you want.
What?
We can do it at home if you want.
6 added to 2. Yes. And which one do we solve? Let's solve both of them. You won't write anything, okay? You won't write anything. Firstly, 5 times a number. There must be 5 times a number, 5x. It is subtracted from. It is subtracted from something. It is subtracted from something which we don't know. We must subtract 5 times a number. We must subtract it from something which we don't know. From something. So now we will define that thing. What is that thing? 8 more. 8 more. 8 more than 7 times the number. 7 times the number. The number it was x, 7 times the number makes 7x. And the result should be 24. So let's cancel the parentheses directly. There is no problem before the parentheses. It will be 7x plus 8 minus 5x is equal to 24. 7x minus 5x will be 2x. If you send plus 8 to the other side, it will be minus 8. So 2x is equal to 16, 1x is 8. Okay, the most important part, how to get this equation. That is the most important part. And then let's see the last question and finish this part. Let's choose another color. 6 added to. 6 added to something. We will add 6 something. So let's make a parenthesis. 2 less than 9 times jihad's age. Jihad's age, let's make it x. 9 times jihad's age. So the result should be equal to 40. Now, most important part, how to get this equation. Try to understand the steps. Firstly, I made 6 added 2. We will add 6 to something, which we don't know, inside the parentheses. What is that thing? 2 less than 9 times Jihad's age. Inside the parentheses, 2 less than 9 times Jihad's age. So we can cancel parentheses directly. So 9x minus 2 plus 6 should be 40. Minus 2 plus 6 makes plus 4. So 9x plus 4 is 40. Plus 4 goes to other side as minus 4. So 9x is 36. 1x is 4. Jihad is a very young boy. He is a very young child. Yes?
Is this x or times?
X.
What did you say?
9x. 9 times x. I may have to.